Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Some places reporting 17 degrees, 14 degrees, 19 degrees, but we're reporting cold as hell in North Georgia. Cold as hell. That doesn't work. Hell's not cold. It's cold. 706-889-9700. That's the on the screen. We're coming to you from Studio B again this morning. Still working on some things here, but I hope everything is coming through loud and clear. There's the email address and the phone number. Now, cold. Baby, it is cold. Now, okay. So let's start with this. And this is kindly a joke, but it's not a joke. It's the only way I can translate impeachment trial or the opening impeachment arguments to debate motions that what's his name, Chuck Schumer put on the floor all the way till like 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then Chief Justice John Roberts had to say, "Okay, everybody, simmer down, simmer down, simmer down." That's what he said basically in his words. Simmer, everybody, simmer, 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 simmer down. All right. So let's go with 31. Let's open up 31 here. And this is a joke, but it's not. Okay. So, and I mean it like this because you got to have fun with it because it is bull SH asterisk what's going on right now. So we're going to get 4 days. I hope the Republicans, or 6 days, you're guaranteed at least 6 days now. Yesterday was the opening arguments where Democrats shoved in here and shoved in there all the evidence they have. All right. And they did not achieve any of their motions, so they're going to have 3 day, 2 segments, Republicans and Democrats, 3 days. So the ground rules for impeachment, McConnell scratched in there. It was supposed to be 2 days. Both the president's defense team and Obama's defense team were supposed to have, yeah, that's right. They're a defense team. They're not the prosecution. They are to defend and to keep the ball moving over this way because we have them red-handed. So the McConnell wanted 2 12-hour days. Look, you got 24 hours. You start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You go to 1 in the morning. 1 to 1, you're done. But they pushed the third day in there, 3 8-hour days. Now, when you have most senators, go to number 1, because when you have most senators that are, a lot of them, not most, are over 70 years old, they're over there. Mitch, that's the only bipartisan thing they did was negotiate more bathroom breaks. Mitch, I mean, let me be serious. You think I'm joking, right? The senators have to be in their seat. They have to. They can't get up and roam around. Okay, a lot of times when you see someone at the podium giving one of their speeches from the Senate floor, there's nobody in there, or they're roaming around. Nobody's paying attention. They're doing it for the camera. You have to be seated. You got to sit in your seat. You can't move. You can't wiggle around like you're in church. If it hits you and you got to go to the bathroom, you got a problem. I know what you're thinking. But I'm going to get somewhere with this. These people are like, Mitch, Dianne Feinstein. Mitch, I'm 88. I'm 88. Like, I'm at the time now I spend half my day in the bathroom, Mitch. I'm not Grassley. Dude, I'm 78 years old, or I'm 84. You can't do this, whatever. It's a joke, but that's almost what I get out of it. They negotiated bathroom breaks. Now, this morning, I want to go in a different direction, okay, because the real news is not being reported. First of all, let me clear this up for everybody at home. Number 6, okay, this is not the impeachment managers. This is Barack Hussein Obama, okay, John Kerry, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Eric Charmella, you name it, John Brennan, Eric Clapper, James Clapper. I mean, this is their defense team. This is not the prosecution. You understand? The trial that is taking place, there is no prosecution. There's no crime. They come up with 2 bogus charges, okay, abuse of power, all right, and obstruction of Congress. Period. There's 2 prosecution. There's no prosecution in this. I'm sorry if I'm getting tongue-tied here. It's 2 defense teams. This is clearly and directly a defense team. Bottom line. Got it? Second, all right? Schiff, Nadler, we said weeks ago, they had to move to something else, and we picked this up weeks ago, and you did too, cover up, okay? You're hearing cover up, because they know the president's not just going to be exonerated. He's going to be acquitted of these charges. It ends in a couple days here, and they have to move on to the biggest cover up. Now, the media, if you think for 1 minute, okay, 1 minute, the media, we need an investigation into the media. I know you don't like that because I am the CEO of an online news network. And I cringe when I ask for an investigation into the media. But when you open up your show and where's the piece of garbage at? They're here somewhere. I know I got that piece of garbage somewhere. When you open up the show and okay, here are these 2 here, number 15, okay? And you open up the impeachment trial of Donald Trump and you start for 20, I turned it off. You start for 20 minutes, okay? Right here, debating number 18. And this is underneath. White House counsel Pat Cipollone caught in several lies. They've never been able to catch Schiff in a lie. See who's on the screen? Let's go to number 19, okay? This is White House counsel Pat Cipollone caught in several lies. This is what they opened up with this morning, all right? The media is working with the Democrats to turn this into the Republicans are lying, okay? And it's cover-up. So just get ready for that. Now, we're going to play some of that this morning. We're definitely going to play some of that this morning. Number 7, I tell you this, I do not think Democrats want witnesses. They are yelling at the top of their lungs. They made as good a presentation yesterday as you could make, wanting you to think they want witnesses. I personally believe they don't want witnesses. I believe witnesses, that's a problem for them. We'll get into that a little later. Who is that on the screen? That's Eric Charmella. Who do we suspect Eric Charmella is? The whistleblower. They don't want witnesses. I'm telling you. They don't want Adam Schiff called as a witness, a fact witness, and say, what happened behind those closed doors? You're under oath to tell the truth now. Because yesterday, Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler, all of them were the ones that went up to lie. But let's go one more time, just so you know this. Number 6, this is not. These are considered House managers on the floor for the impeachment trial. And I will tell you, the president's lawyer, Pat Cipollone, I was impressed yesterday. I don't know the guy. I don't know a whole lot about him. I've read a little background, but as far as his courtroom presence, I was impressed. Now, I like Jay Sekulow, but I was impressed with Pat Cipollone yesterday. Remember, this is not a prosecution team. This is a defense team right for Obama. Jeffries, Hakeem Jeffries, okay? You know, let me say this about the impeachment, okay, and our founding fathers, which, my God, every day now we hear about our founding fathers. I wish we, anyhow. Hakeem Jeffries, you know, this is one of those things that I heard the other day. I heard the other day on Mark Levin with Congressman Doug Collins, and Levin asked Collins, you know, how do you get along with Jeffries? And he says, hey, you know, we worked together on the crime bill, and, you know, we've gotten along on some things. You know, the relationship is strained. For those of you that like bipartisan, let's not go down the road of explaining what you like. If you like bipartisan, if you would like to see it, you can't go back from this. If you pick up what's really scary to me, okay, you can't go back from this. If you can on the Senate, okay, if you can listen to Hakeem Jeffries, I have it here. Do you know the one I'm talking about? The one where he had, let's see. I sent you a video on Hakeem Jeffries. Do you? Obviously, he's a challenging. Yeah, Jeffries calls President Trump. Do you have that one? Let's go with that one first. I got a lot more to go with. Let's go with that first right out of the box. Go with that really quickly.
Obviously, these are challenging times in the United States of America. We have a hater in the White House, the birther in chief, the grand wizard of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. One of the things that we've learned is that while Jim Crow may be dead, he's still got some nieces and nephews that are alive and well.
Grand Wizard. We had a Grand Wizard. The head of the KKK lives in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He doesn't take it back. He was on CNN. He doesn't take it back. Look, right there. He's one of the impeachment managers. Not only is this guy going to stand before God, America, and the whole world and tell you how bad President Trump is, he's going to also be the same guy that thinks that the head of the KKK lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Not true, folks. Donald Trump is not a racist. Not at all. These same people were hoping, the media, and wishing that all hell would have broke loose Monday in Richmond. So I know if you watched it out there, okay, go for it. I watched hours, but not 13. Now, the real news, and I want to get into that this morning, the real news is right here, number 2. And Nancy Pelosi, do I say imprisoned? I mean, should I go there? What do you think of somebody that intentionally tries to upstage, not the president, her own country? See, that's where some people miss the target here. It's not the bringing down of Donald Trump. It's the bringing down of you and I that voted for Donald Trump, the country. Don't miss the target, okay? Trump says it's not me they hate, it's you, okay? Now, this guy goes over. Now, my opinion is a couple things. Why did Nancy Pelosi hold the articles of impeachment until a certain time? It was a win-win-win for her. She holds them until after the last Democratic debate in Iowa, so all the candidates could be on the stage and not have to sit on their hands in there. CNN, I told you the other day, I'd love to see the communications with her saying, you know, Mrs. Speaker, you do know we have a debate set up, and you would be taking, 3 of the top candidates for the Democratic Party out of the debate, and you would be altering the election, and you would be altering votes. So could you hold on, because it would cost us millions of dollars at CNN if you do that. So One, I'd love to see the communication, no matter how silly you think it is. It seems like on Tuesday they had the debate, and then Wednesday the articles went over. All right, stay with the screen. I'll tell you what's going on there. Then you have second, you have every time the president goes across the pond, anywhere in the world, they make sure they try to upstage him with something at home. They try to get the lead news. The lead news, if the hoax, if the impeachment hoax is not going on yesterday, today, and tomorrow, this is top story. They would have no choice. This is the underlying top story around the world. Nobody's paying attention to the impeachment, but including Fox, NBC, they have to do the 24-hour around-the-clock coverage. Period. This is getting bypassed. Now, did Fox play the press conference this morning? Yes, they did. But I'm telling you right now, the news. So Nancy Pelosi, every time the president goes somewhere, she tries to upstage him, and they try to make sure that they take anything he does off the news. When he goes somewhere, they try to make it look like he is a bumbling idiot. Bumbling idiot. All right? And that he has caused so many problems. They can't report it. They're embarrassed. They're embarrassed to report how well things are going worldwide when every attempt they've made has failed with trying to make the president look like a bumbling idiot and America is taking a back seat in the world. Not true. That's Ursula. Do you know who Ursula is? Ursula, the new president of the EU. We'll talk about that. That's it. And the last thing is she wants to go straight out of impeachment right to the State of the Union address. So you have to deal with probably that morning. I forget when it is. I personally wouldn't do the address if the trial was still going on. So there's going to be 3 days, 3 8-hour days on both sides. Then they'll decide if they want witnesses. They don't want witnesses. And we'll talk about that. The president gave an amazing press conference this morning. Amazing press conference. All right. Now, this is Ursula, the president of the EU. Let me say this because we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and this is going to be our top story. Not impeachment right now. Yesterday, this man gave an amazing speech, right? The only thing that the left-leaning media is interested in is this 17-year-old mentally disturbed Greta. I'm sorry. You don't like that, but there's something not up here clicking all on the cylinders. She's 17 on the world stage. That's it. Trump, Greta. They don't talk about Ursula. They don't talk about Johnson. Now, let me tell you who else they don't talk about. We'll take a break because we're going to come back and stick right in. We're going to get into impeachment. I get so damn tired of you yelling at me out there. Well, it's impeachment. Did you hear what Nadler said? Did you hear what Schiff said? Folks, if you watch 13 hours and you're going to tell me this morning Nadler and Schiff lied, bam. Big deal. It is what it is. The impeachment trial is going to go through. Started yesterday, is going to end. Boom. I mean, I'm not confused on who Adam Schiff is, Jerry Nadler is, Hakeem Jeffries. I'm not confused on who the Obama defense team, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, John Kerry, Nancy Pelosi, and even Mitt Romney's defense team. They don't want you to hear what their kids are doing. We have used, folks, America is woke. Is that what they say, woke? We have sent foreign aid around the world, channeled it through foreign banks, and got it back through kids to the crooked politicians. Foreign aid has been money laundering. 101. Very simple. We know it. They got caught. We've known it for years. Trump's exposing it. You want foreign aid, it's not to give back to these damn kids. All right, so anyhow, this guy right here. Yeah, this is what was important to them this morning, right? Now you see Greta, you see Ursula, the head of the EU. Trump is knocking off trade deals just like this, just like raccoons, man. Spotting them raccoons on the highway. He is knocking off trade deals. Boom, 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 boom. What is this? Number 26. Trump has no plans to meet with Zelensky in Davos. Really? That's what you got? That's what you have? All right. I got to take my break, but I can't take it without this right here. Number 21. Roberto. When we come back, let's talk about how Trump has snapped Roberto right into line at the World Trade Organization because Trump put a stop to everything. America's number one, baby, and it's because Donald J. Trump is president of the United States and Adam Schiff is a piece of you know what. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. The hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media that seems to be against the wall on the southern border is working overtime to build every wall and every defense they can to keep you, the American people, from truly knowing what the world thinks of America and our president. It's them that want you to believe, the media, that Trump and his reelection bid is corrupt. The world, let me say this, okay? Let's get this clear. The world accepts and knows. You want to talk about, corruption and trying to meddle in our elections? I will tell you this. The only meddling in our elections at this time, when I say only, I'm not going to say Russians are not doing anything, Ukrainians, China, but the real meddling in our American elections is just that, the corporate corrupt media. That's who's meddling in the elections. That's who's trying to keep the truth from you. Because I'm going to tell you something, okay? The world, the president of the United States, put up Ursula again. I got to figure out where it's at. Give me number 24. Let's go there, okay? 24. This is how they report Trump on the world stage, right? The world is walking in lockstep behind Trump. Trump calls impeachment trial a long-running hoax while in Davos. Okay? This is what they want to lead with. This is what they're trying to do. Okay? Give me number 2. Okay? Number 2, here is Ursula. I don't know her full name. I don't give a you know what. This is Ursula. She's the president of the EU. All right? She stands with Donald. Go to number 3. All right. Here's Donna and Ursula. Now, their heads are popping off. They're exploding because what's getting ready to happen at the end of January, Brexit, right? And Trump and Johnson are friends. Boris Johnson at the UK and Trump are friends. All right. So here's what I love about my president. He is over there, and he didn't go to the very first one. I understand he didn't go to the first one because he had to get some things right at home. He wasn't going to go and sniff on their underwear as they were walking around, okay? They were either going to follow him around or he wasn't going. So he got some things in check at home. This is my opinion. I think the first one he didn't go to. But the World Economic Forum here, he is basically looking at this lady and saying, look, Johnson's out, the EU. UK out of the EU. Johnson's out, okay, done and over with. You guys have tried to scare the people, the British people in the UK, to death, that they were going to collapse. There's going to be no medicine on the shelves. There's going to be no food on the shelves in the grocery store. The market's going to, everything's going to collapse there. You try to scare the people. You have tried for how many years now to see if you couldn't get a new vote in the UK to try to stay in the EU. You've done everything, like our media with me, to put the people there in the UK in fear. I cut a deal. This is what's happening. Look at it, all right? He's looking there. I cut a deal with Boris. He's going to be okay. You understand, the day they leave you, this is the EU, the day they leave you, they're going to blow up. You see, I got it set for the next morning for the stock market to go here. I got it set because people just don't want to live in fear. I got it set for like 2 days before the official ribbon cutting between the two of you, and they no longer are tied to the EU. I got it set for Boris and I. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but this is what I think he's saying. I got it set for Boris and I to stand side by side, UK flag, American flag, cousins, one and all, and announce the most amazing trade deal with our friends and our partners in the UK. The markets are going to go nuts. The people in the UK are going to go nuts. We don't give a rat's about the London Muslim mayor, okay? So what are you going to do? Because what happens if you don't get right? all these other countries are going to start saying maybe we should leave. So you and I need to talk. I'm telling you, I'm not in the room, and I know Trump is saying we need to talk. So right next to Ursula, this is 2 minutes. Now, I'll be damned if you'll listen to 2 minutes of Nadler or 2 minutes of Schiff. You need to take a minute and listen to 2 minutes of your president. Let's go to the video where he sets her up. It's a C-SPAN. President Trump meets with President of the European Commission. Can we get that one going?
So much. So this is a lot, and she knows what she's talking about because she has the experience.
Well, you'll see her in a couple of minutes. That's great.
Yeah, she's fantastic. So very glad.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be with the president of the European Commission and a woman who's highly respected, I have to say, and I hear a very tough negotiator, which is bad news for us because we're going to talk about a big trade deal, and we've been talking about it for a while, and hopefully we can get something done. But it's a great honor, and we will be discussing other things also. But I would say trade right now and a deal between ourselves and essentially Europe is something that we all want to be able to make. So thank you very much. Great honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure to meet you for the first time here in Davos. And I think what we never should forget that we have a long history of common foundation, of a lot of business context, friendship, youth exchange, science, culture, since way more than 70 years. So the American people and the European people are good friends, and this is what we're going to build on. And indeed, we have issues to discuss, and we will negotiate, but I'm looking forward to this relationship. Thank you so much.
It's very nice. Great honor. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
President, can you say whether you'll introduce a motion to dismiss when the Senate trial begins?
That whole thing is a hoax. It goes nowhere because nothing happened. The only thing we've done is a great job. We have the strongest country in the world by far, and it was going in the wrong direction. We have the greatest economy we've ever had in the history of our country. And I'm in Europe today because we're bringing a lot of other companies into our country with thousands of jobs, millions of jobs in many cases. So that whole thing is a total hoax. So I'm sure it's going to work out fine. Thank you all very much.
How long will it last, sir, do you think?
Thank you very
Press,
much.
let's go. We're finished. Come on, guys. Let's go. Make your way out. Press, let's go. We're finished. Guys, let's go. Wrap up. Abby, let's go. Come on. We're done.
She's great. She must be from Germany. You know the one.
Hold on. I was writing something down I don't want to forget. She must be from Germany. This guy's unreal. So, the President of the United States of America, let's put back up Ursula and the President. All right. Number 2, and then right there, let's go to 2. Shaking hands. All right. And then 3. So, anyhow, President of the United States of America is with the European Commission, and he's got them on the ropes, and they have no choice to make a deal. But what does the first dumbass reporter say? Mr. President, you know, today the Senate trials start to impeach you. What the hell's wrong with you? See, let me tell you something. When you see up and down the coastline or anywhere like that, but up and down the coastline, and you see ads that say we need, workers in a shipyard starting at $25 an hour or something like that. Guess what? These trade deals across this country, these trade deals are enormous. It's the first time in history, in most of these trade deals, that Trump is not letting go. He's not making one deal. He didn't make, he decided, he said yesterday in his speech, yesterday morning in his speech, this may be the single most biggest issue why he ran is trade and how we the Americans, we're getting our clock clean. He went to China. He wasn't in fear of saying anything about China. He's not in fear of the EU. He's not in fear of Mexico and Justin Trudeau. He's not in fear of the boy over there in Macron in France. He's not in fear of that. He's not in fear of Putin, period. He is going to keep making trade deals and negotiating them. So he's over there and he's like, you see what I just did with China, right? You see that? Now, the World Trade Organization is the next. Let me get to the, I think I have another video I wanted to play here. Okay, listen to the interview. Let's go with President Trump on European trade deal. I'd be surprised if they have to implement tariffs. You have that one. Let's do that one, and then we'll talk about the World Trade Organization. This is actually what should be reported across all networks this morning, not impeachment. Let's go with that one now.
Boris Johnson?
Yeah, well, Boris and I are friends, and he wants to make a deal, and that's okay with me.
So that
I think
could start,
they want it. They need it.
That could start soon?
Oh, yeah, we're starting. We've already started negotiating, and frankly, we're starting with Europe, too. Europe is, to be honest with you, Europe has been very, very tough to deal with. They've taken advantage of our country, the European Union, for many, many years, and I told them we can't do it anymore. I met with them yesterday. I wanted to wait till they finished China, to be honest with you. I always like to be very transparent. I wanted to wait till I finished China. I didn't want to go with China and Europe at the same time. Now China's done, and I met with the new head of the European Commission, who's terrific, and we had a great talk. But I said, look, if we don't get something, I'm going to have to take action, and the action will be a very high tariffs on their cars and other things that come into our country. Now, saying that, I don't want your audience to get nervous. They're going to make a deal because they have to. They have to. They have no choice. But we've had a tremendous deficit for many, many years, over $150 billion with Europe. And they are, frankly, Jean-Claude was a friend of mine, but he was impossible to deal with. And I think it's going to be a lot better for Boris now, too. You couldn't make a deal. It was very hard to make a deal. Now, I never played my cards because I didn't want to do that again while I was doing China. I wanted to do China first. I wanted to do Mexico and Canada first. But now they're all done, and now what we do is we are going to do Europe. And I had a very good conversation, and I would be very surprised if I had to implement the tariffs.
I'm here for another 4 years. I'm wheeling and dealing. If you want to meet with me and make a deal, come on, because America's leading the way, and the deals to be made are right here. You see what I've done with China. You see what I've done with the USMCA. I didn't play all my cards. America at this World Economic Forum, basically Trump's sitting there and they're all in line and they're saying, who's next? It's like a deli counter taking a number. Number 82, would you like to sit down with the president and make a deal? Because you know he's there for another 4 years. They followed him around. Please, please, please. Ursula wants a deal. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Let's make a deal. You damn Democrats. We don't want to deal with you. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV. During the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, 1 nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hey, folks, we're back. Hey now. Hey now. Isn't that what Howard does? I hope he doesn't catch me. Isn't that what Stern does? Hey now. Hey now. All right, so we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. You have the number. You have the email address. You have no excuses whatsoever. But let me go with this. Okay, so I know impeachment. Let me get past that. I'm going to turn you off. You don't talk about impeachment enough. My poor president. Damn it, I am actually bringing the news to you. So would you just hush about impeachment? We are bringing the real reasons why their heads are spinning off. Yesterday, I brought you the president's speech. I got up while your ass was still in bed, which that's okay. Don't get mad at me because I said that. You know, everybody's all sensitive and you know what. Well, your asses were still in bed. I was up watching the president's speech at the World Economic Forum. And I brought to you yesterday morning the unreported story that 190 or 200 of the world's largest businesses were in the audience. What did the media bring you? The corrupt media? That Greta was in the audience. Did you hear on CBS, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, all of the above, CNN, did you hear them tell you yesterday that Trump gave an America first, come to our country, America's open for business speech yesterday or to 200 of the world's largest companies? Or did you hear that President Trump shared the stage with a 17-year-old cuckoo clock, Greta? I know. I brought that to you yesterday. Now, the unreported story today. They don't want to talk about it because what's happening is you have these corrupt politicians that have used world trade, they told China, we will stay out of the way at the WTO if you give our kids money and our kids can filter it to us. Right. We have used these senators. I will tell you this. Let me step out here. You know, not the House of Representatives, but these senators, right? Do you realize the opportunity here? Do you realize the last time you had all 100 there? It had to be in their seat. Do you realize we could have a new and improved FBI go in right now and raid the Senate and take half of them out in handcuffs and throw them in a damn jail for stealing foreign aid? They're up there telling you that the president withheld foreign aid. You know why they're all upset? Because when it was withheld for a period of time, that was that many days it didn't get funneled through a system and back to them. Fiona, whatever her name, didn't have the opportunity to help funnel it. That's exactly why they're upset today. Is because Trump caught corruption through foreign aid and knows it's money laundering around the world. Now, let me go to this, okay? Do you know this? Well, put this guy's picture up, number 21, for a minute, okay? Do you know Roberto? Have you met Roberto? This is Roberto, okay? So Trump drags his ass up on stage this morning. I think we want to hear from Roberto, the Director General. He's Director General of the World Trade Organization. Tell him, Roberto, what we've been talking about in the back. Now, you know, they stand up there and say, you know, Trump handles things like a mob, like the mob. He puts pressure on them like the mob. Well, just saying, you know. Roberto, you need to come back here. We need to talk, Roberto. You're going to go out front. Oh, my God. Trump did to Roberto exactly what he was trying to do to Zelensky. And it happened because Roberto came out and apologized in a roundabout way to America for Mr. Trump. Your ass is going out. Let me tell you what you're going to do, Roberto. Your ass is going to go out to that camera, and you're going to look out there, and you're going to tell every American that you're sorry for cheating them all these years. Now, I understand our corruption that you were part of at the World Trade Organization, but you're going to go out and say it stops now. You got it? Because if you don't, just say it. Now, I'm very serious. This is not a joke. U.S., okay, this is Roberto. This happened this morning. You're not going to hear it. We're going to do it here first. U.S. blocks World Trade Organization judge reappointments as dispute settlement crisis looms. Now, this goes back to August 27, 2018. See, Trump is playing chess while the world's playing checkers, these Democrats. See, they've known all along that the World Trade Organization was a caveat, a vehicle, a means for Trump to put China where they need to be. See, China, thank you, Bill Clinton, favored nation status and also filed in the World Trade Organization as a developing country. So you have your developed countries that have to sit over here and suck it up and shut up and get their asses kicked. And you got the developing countries that get a leg up and get all of the good deals from the World Trade Organization because they're developing. Trump said, no, it don't work like that, all right? You need to watch this morning before the media got involved. The United States told, this goes back, the United States told the World Trade Organization on Monday it would block the reappointment of one of the World Trade Organization's 4 remaining appeals judges next month. The president blocked the judges. You know what? You keep ruling against us. If we don't get fair play, if the World Trade Organization court has no judges, you can't rule against us. So we will shut you down one way or the other. And the president did. Where's the crickets? The crickets. I need sound of crickets over at those networks. And he won the first phase of the trade deal with China. So he comes out, leave Roberto there. Let's do this. All right, this is true, okay? Let's go from number. So Roberto makes some statements. Now, when I say go from 21 to 22, but don't go to 22 until I say go there. Okay, we're good. All right, so the president, he's making his statements, and he says, I think Roberto would like to say something. Oh, yeah, president's up there, and, he's talking, and he says, I think Roberto wants to say something. He brings Roberto up, okay, Director General of the World Trade Organization, and Roberto says, the World Trade Organization, it has to be updated. It has to be updated. We are committed to put in effect those changes. We will be discussing. Now, listen to this. I typed it out while I was watching it at 6:30 this morning. We will be discussing with Trump what needs to change. 22? He looked over like, Mr. Trump, did I get that right? Did I get that right? Trump got his grin on. Let me see if Trump got his grin on. Let me look at that picture real quick. What's 22 look like? Yeah, you got it. You got it. There's Larry Kudlow, Steve Mnuchin, and the other guy. And that's not fair because he's a good guy right next to Trump. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, Roberto, leave it up there. Did I get that right? And then what's the president say? Right in front of Roberto? World Trade Organization considered China a developing nation. Unfair to U.S. right in front of him. I know, Mr. President. You've said that before. China used. The president looked at the camera, looked at the world and said, China used the World Trade Organization, not going to do it anymore. That's right. So all the money laundering that went through the World Trade Organization via China to pay off the Bidens and the other corrupt Kerrys and Hillary and whatever you throw in there in the blank, okay, it's done. And I love this. Number 21, go back to it. Roberto says, the World Trade Organization has to be updated. We will be discussing with Trump what needs to change. The President of the United States has put America back in the lead that Roberto said, I'm going to get with Trump, and Trump's going to tell us what we need to change. Because guess what? The World Trade Organization knows that developing nation and undeveloped nation, that was all a bunch of garbage to give China a leg up. Okay? That's exactly. That's right. We know that it's been so corrupt and the president is shutting that down. And we know that President Donald Trump will be president for another 4 years and is leading the way with trade. Do you know why do you know why Roberto is there? You dumbass Joe Scarborough, directly to you. Do you know why Roberto is there? You dumbass CNN Fredo, whatever your name is. Do you know why Joe Scarborough? Do you know why Roberto was there? Because Trump, Donald J., President of the United States, has put the American people and our country first in the world. And if you want to trade with us, this is how it works. And it took about 3 years, but they are all lockstep behind him. The World Trade Organization, NATO, Ursula, China, and guess who's watching? North Korea. Donald Trump is now the leader of the free world and in the position that America should be. Take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk a little more about trade, and then we'll wrap up today with impeachment. I promise, okay?
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV. During the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You know, I love all my viewers. I do. No matter if you disagree with me, I really do. I appreciate. I always want to come on here and say how much I appreciate. And I want you to text me. Right there's the number. But you see my sleeves? They're this. All right. Is that the text you're really saying? Why am I'm rolling up my sleeves, damn it, and getting to work. But no, I get a text. Is that a new style? So let me get my sleeves down so I don't get a text message. Just joking. Just joking. Having fun. Okay, so let's go to this. We're going to go really quick to this. Everybody else is talking impeachment. I'm talking about how America has Donald Trump has put us in the front of the line. Okay. You arrogant Americans. Why do you always think you have to be in front of the line? We just do. There you go. That's your answer. So we have the World Trade Organization, number 21. Now, here's what I want to make a note of that the president said this morning. All right, Roberto. Okay, Roberto, forget it. I told you about the World Organization, how Trump has spun it around, and he made this man come out and talk to the American people and say, guess what? And guess what this means on trade? This means everybody knows he's serious. I already played this morning where he said he didn't want to play all of his cards. He wanted to do the USMCA to let China, let Mexico and Canada know he was serious. And he went for the biggest one. The biggest one. He didn't practice. He went for China, right? Because he knew if he would cripple and tie up the World Trade Organization courts, which China has taken advantage of, which you do your own research was given favored nation trading status, I think by Bill Clinton. He knew if he could at least squeeze that much. You realize he's the first president to even get China to come to the table, to get them to flinch, blink, and give just an ounce. And it's big, very big, okay? That being said, once you do that, you know, when you knock down the giant or you bring the giant to the table, the EU, all the others. Now, let me say this and we'll get out of it, okay? We will get out of it. China, $250 billion in good. The USMCA, Japan, $40 billion trade deal. A new trade deal with South Korea, okay? Next, the EU. Timing is everything, folks. And it will be the UK. They will make a deal. He met with the Prime Minister of Iraq. And guess, for me, guess who's watching all this? North Korea. Watching every bit of it. North Korea, Kim Jong-un has watched what Trump's done. Kim Jong-un has watched Trump stand up to China. Kim Jong-un has watched Trump stand up to everyone. Take out Soleimani, the terrorist. Little Kim is watching and paying attention. Trump's a man of his word. So we're going to move from that. I just sent you. Now that came out. Now, the president took questions. Let me go through this. All right. So after he gets done this morning at the World Economic Forum, the first question that he gets from a journalist, Mr. President, do you believe there should be witnesses at your trial? What the hell? What the hell's wrong with you, Dan? Second question, Mr. President, you're sharing the stage, the world stage with Greta. She's 17 years old. You have to share the stage with her. Really? That's your question? He got into some things. I liked what he said about Parnas, okay? And see, I get this. He said, Parnas is a con man. Now, let's go here because after everything, even Republicans behind closed doors want him to throw Rudy Giuliani under the bus. So go to number 8, okay? Now, Parnas, which made his debut on the reputable show with Rachel Maddow, right? Can't be trusted on anything. One day he met Trump, next day he did. One day he had lunch with Trump, the next day it's not even worthy of talking about. But Republicans, when you say Parnas, cringe. cringe. There's a lot of Republicans that would like for the President of the United States to throw Rudy Giuliani over. Just, Mr. President, can we get Rudy out of here, damn it? What did he say this morning? They brought up Parnas. Trump said Parnas is a con man. He's a groupie. He shows up at fundraisers. Every time he turn around, the damn guy's in line for a picture. Right? He's a groupie. He shows up at all the fun. What's Trump say? Because here is Trump's chance to distance himself from Rudy. Rudy is a great guy. Rudy is a high-quality person. Rudy could be a witness, Trump threw out. Rudy's a crime fighter again. He said crime fighter. Rudy could be a witness. A witness. They don't want witnesses, folks. Now, my favorite line in the press conference this morning, my favorite absolute line in the press conference this morning. Mr. President, would you be a witness at the at your own trial? Would you go to your own trial? I would love to go and sit in the front row and stare in their corrupt faces. I wrote that down. I had to do that. I would love to go and sit in the front row and stare in their corrupt faces. Is that not a line? Play the video I just sent you. You got the one I just sent? Play that video.
As the 45th President of the United States, the left lost it. This impeachment sham started the day he was elected.
The first headline in the Washington Post before the president was inaugurated was they were going to impeach him.
I will fight until he is impeached. We're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the mother.
I'm concerned that if we don't impeach this president, he will get reelected.
This is about preventing a potentially disastrous outcome from occurring next year.
They're impeaching me. You know why? Because they want to win an election. And that's the only way they can do it.
So let's be clear. This is not some neutral judgment that Democrats came to reluctantly. It's not some somber moment or serious exercise for the left. It is the predetermined end of a partisan crusade.
Nancy Pelosi has said she's not going to send the articles of impeachment over.
Wait a minute. This is not very serious if you're not sending over the articles.
For handing out souvenir impeachment pens.
The Congress is wasting a lot of their time and our time.
I've been a Democrat for 49 years. I'm very disappointed in the Democratic Party right now.
They are trying to prevent President Trump from winning a second term.
An angry mob is at the gate, but the United States Senate has the watch. The Senate exists for moments like this. So it's time for the adults in the room to have their seat at the table. Nancy Pelosi and House Democrats have had their turn. The sham is over. A fair trial starts now.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to do impeachment. I didn't want to do it today. I have to tell you, I'm just going to be straight. I didn't want to because I am so sick. I actually love watching the president this morning giving his press conference in Davos, Switzerland at the World Economic Forum. I was so disgusted yesterday afternoon trying to watch Adam Schiff and Nadler. So let's take a break. And the very second we're back, we'll start impeachment as you require. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. How are you? It's cold in North Georgia. There's the phone number to contact me at any time and an email address. Now, let me say this, okay? I want to put up, we got a roll here. I got to put up number 6. Now, I want to remind you, I hope that we can build a different way to look at this for you and I that understand what's happening here. This is not the impeachment managers. These are not prosecutors of the president of the United States. The whole impeachment thing is a hoax, is a sham. This is the defense team that's been assembled for Barack Hussein Obama, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Eric Charmella, the whistleblower. The list goes on and on. Hillary Clinton, all the above. So when you see this, please remember, if you look at Hakeem Jeffries from New York, and this guy we played earlier is actually on record of telling people that we have the Grand Wizard of the KKK living at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, knowing it's not true, knowing that Black unemployment in the United States of America is the lowest in recorded history, lowest men, women in recorded history. Knowing that the crime bill, the new crime bill, benefits Black American males more than any other demographic. Knowing all of these facts, knowing that your constituents in New York, but especially in California, are laying in squalor. I mean, they are laying in feces, homeless, laying in feces. And to have the nerve to say we have the Grand Wizard of the KKK. So when these people come up, look at them, burn it in your brain, and remember to tell somebody they are the defense team for Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and the rest. Adam Schiff, they're all the defense team. They're not prosecutors of the president. The president's on China. This is just smoke and mirrors to keep you away from the truth of what's going on out there. Because there's no way consumer confidence can be as high as it is. I mean, just go Google consumer confidence, confidence in the economy. There's confidence around the world in America. World confidence in America. World trade agreements with America. Confidence in us. And there's no way you can just flip over the switch and start coming up with this. They want to lead you to believe. Number 11, this is not true, okay? Number 11, should Senate trial include testimony from witnesses? They want to lead you to believe that 69% of Americans say yes and 26% no. That is not true, okay? Not true at all. Ask those same Americans if they had an option to watch a certain football game or a certain basketball game or watch a certain fight or anything. If you had a choice, if they bring, here's our question today on the poll. If they bring John Bolton, the mustache, and Mike Pompeo, if they bring these big blockbuster witnesses up, and you have a choice to turn the TV and watch John Bolton or some football or baseball or basketball or fight or tennis, whatever it may be, what would you do? They're going to turn this off. If you only get two choices. It's the only reason this looks as high as it is because the question says testimony from new witnesses. Oh, you got a witness? Hey, somebody came forth and admitted to shooting somebody. We probably should hear that. This is not true. Number 10, 51% of Americans do not want the president removed from office because don't forget, the Senate trial is very serious. They have covered this up this week. Remember, number 9, the peaceful protest by gun owners in Richmond, Virginia, where the media this week, we're only Wednesday, folks. Monday, the media did everything they could, and the governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, did everything they could to incite a riot, get it going. They've arrested 3 people, which I'd like to know the details on the 3 they arrested, right? And they put it out. The protest ended peacefully. It did not end peacefully, folks. It was peaceful from the beginning, right? We know that. So we have that. We know this week we've watched this guy, number 4, okay? The governor of Virginia. Rally ends peacefully. No, it didn't. It was always peaceful. But I will tell you this. I think this man, between is it infanticide, saying, hey, once the baby's born, we'll keep it comfortable and kill it. If the mother wishes to kill it, we'll have it killed once it's born. Well, that kind of caught a lot of people off guard. Even people that are pro-choice thinking, isn't that the line we draw? Do we not have a line anywhere? So he, kill the kid once it's born, blackface, and take your guns. I think this man, you know what? If if Virginia goes red in the presidential election, I'm going to get a picture of him put on this wall. Yeah, because I think he's going to be someone we should thank for Virginia going red. And the last thing on that I want to say, number 5, okay? Remember out there, it is time. It is time to ask your counties to become Second Amendment sanctuary counties. That's number 1. And it is time to ask, as I have for years, your candidate for sheriff or your current sheriff, are you a constitutional or will you be a constitutional sheriff? We're not asking you to be a sheriff and on our side to attack our government. We're asking you to be a constitutional sheriff and on our side when our government attacks us. I know, fear, okay? Now, Destiny, let's go into the impeachment because everybody will not shut up till we do. So let's go into the impeachment. I sent you one article that had 3 videos, and I named them 1, 2, and 3. So let's play one if you know what I'm talking about, the order I want to play them in, okay?
Only if you, the Senate, sitting as an impartial jury, do not work with the accused to conceal the evidence from the American people. We cannot be surprised that the President objects to calling witnesses who would prove his guilt. That is who he is. He does not want you to see evidence or hear testimony that details how he betrayed his office and asked the foreign government to intervene in our election. But we should be surprised that here in the United States Senate, the greatest deliberative body in the world, where we are expected to put our oath of office ahead of political expediency, where we are expected to be honest, where we are expected to protect the interests of the American people, we should be surprised, shocked, that any senator would vote to block this witness or any relevant witness who might shed additional light on the President's obvious misconduct. The President is on trial in the Senate, but the Senate is on trial in the eyes of the American people. Will you vote to allow all of the relevant evidence to be presented here? Or will you betray your pledge to be an impartial juror? Will you bring Ambassador Bolton here? Will you permit us to present you with the entire record of the President's misconduct? Or will you instead choose to be complicit in the President's cover-up? So far, I'm sad to say, I see a lot of senators voting for a cover-up, voting to deny witnesses, an absolutely indefensible vote, obviously a treacherous vote, a vote against an honest consideration of the evidence against the President, a vote against an honest trial, a vote against the United States. A real trial, we know, has witnesses. We urge you to do your duty, permit a fair trial. All the witnesses must be permitted. That's elementary in American justice. Either you want the truth, or you must permit the witnesses, or you want a shameful cover-up. History will judge, and so will the electorate.
All right, so yesterday, conceal the evidence, block the witnesses, President blocked. The only thing that got blocked is President Trump blocked the corrupt money laundering scheme they had going on. Complicit, you are complicit in a cover-up, Senators voting for a cover-up. You're voting against the United States. All the witnesses, he said. They don't want witnesses, folks, because I'm telling you something. Did you watch Pat Cicilline? Is that his name? Yesterday? Oh, Nadler, you don't want witnesses, baby. You don't. Because when Pat gets done with them, just saying. Let's go with number 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice. Members of the Senate. We came here today to address the false case brought to you by the House managers. Sorry. We've been respectful of the Senate. We've made our arguments to you. And you don't deserve and we don't deserve what just happened. Mr. Nadler came up here and made false allegations against our team. He made false allegations against all of you. He accused you of a cover-up. He's been making false allegations against the president. The only one who should be embarrassed, Mr. Nadler, is you for the way you've addressed this body. This is the United States Senate. You're not in charge here.
This is the United States Senate, sir. You're not in charge here. Pat Cipollone, the false statements. Nadler made false statements. He has presented a false case. He's a liar. Nadler is a liar. He keeps saying cover up, false allegations. Now, this is, and I guess I'm going to play it because this is the only thing the media is running today, okay, is Cipollone lied. Woo! That's a strong one. That's a strong one. It's all over. I'll show you a couple. It's all over this morning. Never during the House trial did they put up on the little byline there, Schiff lied. Schiff made the story up. Never did they put up Hakeem Jeffries lied. Never during the Brett Kavanaugh hearing with the senators like Dianne Feinstein and Kamala Harris and Cory Spartacus Booker that they lied. Like Rush said, they're looking for 4 Jeff Flakes, and I got it. So let's play John Roberts so everybody will be happy. Last one.
I think it is appropriate at this point for me to admonish both the House managers and the President's counsel in equal terms to remember that they are addressing the world's greatest deliberative body. One reason it has earned that title is because its members avoid speaking in a manner and using language that is not conducive to civil discourse. In the 1905 Swain trial, a senator objected when one of the managers used the word pettifogging, and the presiding officer said the word ought not to have been used. I don't think we need to aspire to that high a standard, but I do think those addressing the Senate should remember where they are.
No more pettifrogging. Let's see, what did he say? What did Chief Justice say?
Admonish.
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 Warn or reprimand someone firmly. I'm warning you. This is a reprimand. No pettifrogging. So, Shift, they're up there lying. They say they want witnesses. I am in the camp. They don't want witnesses. This is what the media took out of 13 hours. Okay. So let me look at this. Okay. Let's go with this. Number 32. Just a couple quick notes. Impeachment trial adjourns at 1 p.m. after nearly 13 hours. Chief Justice Roberts admonishes House managers and White House counsel. Okay. Here is number 30. Democrat White House lawyers clash during marathon debate. There's Nadler. Okay. Number 28. Adam Schiff prosecutes case against Trump. No, they're a defense team. They're a defense team. Number 20. Let me tell you something. They are saying witnesses that pertain to the trial. And what Hunter Biden and Joe Biden know about Ukraine is irrelevant, and it doesn't pertain to the trial. So the fight is going to be, now watch and see, after the 6 days, the fight is going to be on the floor of them determining what witnesses they want to call, and then why certain witnesses are irrelevant and a waste of good time to the Senate. Watch and see, because they don't. Number 27, White House counsel called out for lying during trial. Well, okay. Lying during trial. Let's see what else I have here that I want to go to. Number 19, again, White House counsel Pat Cipollone caught in several lies, not just one. No, they're breaking them down this morning. They started at crack of dawn, man. They started before the sun came up, breaking down. He got caught in several lies. Nadler, Schiff, nobody else got caught lying. He got caught in several lies. Parnas didn't lie. He knew everything. This guy told several lies. There should be, this is a big problem. Number 18, how do you have a picture of this guy and the word lie and imply somebody else got caught lying? How do you do that? Here's Joe, number 17 this morning. White House counsel called out for lying during the trial. Called out by who, Joe? And here we go. Now, I caught Minka biting her lip. Number 15. What did Minka want to say? Interesting, okay? And here's the one, okay? Besides that, wait a minute. Let me see what I have here. Besides that, we find out this morning, nobody likes Bernie, number 13. Hillary gets back on the stage. Hillary Clinton walks back, fiery comments about Bernie Sanders. Nobody likes the old Jew. He's an old Jew from Brooklyn. Nobody likes Bernie. Nobody likes Bernie. How interesting that Bernie's in a trial. He cannot comment. He cannot go anywhere. He is actually the front runner, and they moved Joe Biden to the lead. He is in a trial. He cannot go do anything. And just in the last week, if you put 10 days together, you have Warren accusing him saying a woman cannot be president, right? Then you have Warren saying on national TV, you called me a liar on national TV. No, you're the one that said you was a damn Indian, not me. Oh, you're not talking about that? Well, let's go back to the teepee and, smoke 'em peace pipe or something. You called me a liar on national TV. You're the one that took the DNA test. That's not what I'm talking about. So anyhow, right? So here we got, then right after that, I am Hillary, hear me roar. If you're in Iowa, nobody likes Bernie. You need to be up front before you cast that caucus vote. Just saying. Wow. We can't build a wall on the southern border, but I'll tell you what, the media has every wall up, trying to keep real news from you. I will work daily, tirelessly to bring you the truth, the unreported side of what's really happening. From your host, BKP. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblet, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV. During the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, don't forget, the reason we're focusing in on some things and zeroing in, as much as I like, all right, go to number 27, as much as I like Jay Sekulow, Democrats realized yesterday this Pat Cipollone, the White House counsel, is who is going to rip them a new one. Now, I'm not saying Jay will not when it comes time, but I'm going to tell you, they realized, whoa, he is going to rip us a new one. So they zeroed in this morning. This is who they have to attack. This is who they have to discredit. They started days ago trying to discredit the president's legal team, all right? But this is who they have to discredit, and they have gone after him hard this morning. So I've got two videos. Remember, Adam Schiff made up on the record a phone call, his version of President Trump and the Ukrainian President Zelensky's phone call. It said 8 times quid pro quo, made his version up, okay? So I have 2 videos, I have 1 article. Let's go with the first one, then we'll go with the second one. I'm going to show.
And they withdrew the subpoena, they evaded a decision, and they're asking you to become complicit in that evasion of the courts. It's ridiculous, and we should call it out for what it is. Obstruction for going to court? It's an act of patriotism to defend the constitutional rights of the president, because if they can do it to the president, they could do it to any of you, and they could do it to any American citizen, and that's wrong. And Lawrence Tribe, who's been advising them, I guess he didn't tell you that in the Clinton impeachment, he said, it's dangerous to suggest that invoking constitutional rights is impeachable. It's dangerous. And you know what? It is dangerous, Mr. Schiff. So what are we doing here? We have the House.
Look this up today, okay, before we go to the second one. Look up Charles Kupperman. Charles Kupperman subpoena, withdrawn by the House as it asked judge to dismiss lawsuit over his testimony. Now, Charles Kupperman worked for who? John Bolton. Why did they withdraw the subpoena for him to testify? Why? I'll tell you why, because I don't think they wanted the American people to see what the court's ruling would be on executive privilege where Charles Kupperman was concerned. That would have blown everything up. Charles Kupperman could have been a real witness, and they didn't want that. So I'm going to leave it at that. You just look up, start studying Charles Kupperman and what he's talking about. Go to the second video. I'm running out of time.
It's very difficult to sit there and listen to Mr. Schiff tell the tale that he just told. Let's remember how we all got here. They made false allegations about a telephone call. The President of the United States declassified that telephone call and released it to the public. How's that for transparency? When Mr. Schiff found out that there was nothing to his allegations, he focused on the second telephone call. He made false, and his colleagues made false allegations about that second telephone call that occurred before the one he had demanded. So the President of the United States declassified and released that telephone call. Still nothing. Again, complete transparency in a way that, frankly, I'm unfamiliar with any precedent of any President of the United States releasing a classified telephone call with a foreign leader. When Mr. Schiff saw that his allegations were false, and he knew it anyway, what did he do? He went to the House and he manufactured a fraudulent version of that call. He manufactured a false version of that call. He read it to the American people, and he didn't tell them it was a complete fake.
You know what? I got 15 minutes. I think there's one more video today. I think there's only one more that I have not played yet. If that's the case, let's play that last video and then we'll wrap up. Okay. If you know which one I'm talking about. I think I only got one more that I've not played.
A partisan impeachment is like stealing an election. And that's exactly
all right, what happened there? Are you going to try to reload it and put it back in? If you do, if it froze up, try to reload it and put it back in. I know I had a lot of video. I sent a lot of videos today. Sometimes that happens. If you can reload that one and put it back in, if that's a problem, and start play just as soon as you do, go ahead and start play. Don't wait on me. Because I'm telling you right now, Pat Cipollone, okay? That will be a name that the American people will remember at the end of next week. Pat Cipollone, White House counsel Pat Cipollone. All they played was Alan Dershowitz, right? Well, we found Dershowitz said this here, it said this here, it said Pam Bondi, okay. Jay Sekulow, which I like. Kenneth Starr, they discredited Kenneth Starr for 2 days, right? Kenneth Starr is just going to define the differences in the impeachment here and impeachment there and what he feels is an impeachable offense or whatever. Pat Cipollone, they left alone. I don't think they knew what to expect with Pat Cipollone. But boom, he's going to be a household name. Were you able to get that video back in?
a partisan impeachment is like stealing an election. And that's exactly what we have. We have, talk about the framers' worst nightmare. It's a partisan impeachment that they've delivered to your doorstep in an election year. Some of you are upset because you should be in Iowa right now. But instead we're here, and they're not ready to go. And it's outrageous. It's outrageous. And the American people won't stand for it, I'll tell you that right now. They're not here to steal one election. They're here to steal 2 elections. It's buried in the small print of their ridiculous articles of impeachment. They want to remove President Trump from the ballot. They won't tell you that. They don't have the guts to say it directly, but that's exactly what they're here to do. They're asking the Senate to attack one of the most sacred rights we have as Americans, the right to choose our president.
Pat Cipollone. You will know him before this is over. You will remember him. Oh, yeah. This is the guy you will remember. Pat Cipollone. Partisan stealing an election. 2 elections they want to steal. Remove him from the ballot. Adam Schiff's a liar. He made all this up. Eric Charmella, the whistleblower, needs to go as a witness on trial. Let me ask you a question. If something as serious, now Nancy Pelosi, I don't want to rehash this, and I really don't because I never believed a word she said all the way through it. But if Speaker Pelosi stood in front of the American people and said, we can't do this without it being a nonpartisan, bipartisan, it needs to be bipartisan. Okay. If she lied to the American people and said it needed to be a bipartisan. Impeachment, as serious it is, it nullifies your vote. Okay. It's like you never went to vote. We decided you made a mistake. You brought the wrong person in. We're going to override your vote and help you clear up the fact that you screwed up when you voted for this guy. It is so serious. Now, the only way to really go, and I've got a couple minutes here, Mark Levin. Mark Levin watched the other night with his interview with Congressman Doug Collins or other things that he has explained on how serious the Founding Fathers took impeachment and how they wrote impeachment to be something that, I guess this is simply said, and it's not making sense, but it's a last resort. This is the most serious part. We've done everything we can. This is it. We have no choice. Okay. And as you can see there, I think this is a great history lesson for some reasons. Okay. As you can see, you see the third branch of Supreme Court of the United States, John Roberts presiding over the Senate, which is, you got Congress, and then you have the executive branch. If you felt you had enough evidence and witnesses to go forward to vote on articles, why can you not take what you convicted the president in one chamber to another and get the same results? Why can you not? If you were able to convince every single Democrat and the independent Jason Amash or whatever his name is up in Michigan, if you were able to convince every Democrat they needed to vote for impeachment, I don't think everyone did. I think 3 didn't. But anyhow, with the evidence you have, and you walked these articles of impeachment in your ceremony and had a pen signing and everything, why can you not take every document, the people that swore in there, and move that information over to the Senate and get the same results? Why not? That being said, Pat Cipollone. Let me go with this, okay? Don't forget number 7. All right, number 7 is Eric Charmella, a spy in the White House, not a whistleblower, a spy in the White House, Eric Charmella, okay? Let's not forget, we need some visuals here. Whose hand is he shaking? Barack Hussein Obama's, okay? Let's be clear on that, all right? Who are these people? Let's go straight from there to number 6. They're not impeachment managers. They are Barack Hussein Obama, Eric Charmella, Adam Schiff, which is on there, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden. This is their defense team, okay? And Pat Cipollone is going to expose them in the next couple of days, eviscerate them, okay? President number 24. Let me say this. You did an outstanding job, Mr. President, at the World Economic Forum, and I appreciate you going there and doing what you did. Trade deals, it's big. I'm not quite tired of winning. I know you like the whole winning thing, and I'm with you on the winning, but I'm not tired of winning yet. And I'm going to close with this. I know it's like 9:52 or 3, and I've got 7 minutes. I've got a couple announcements I'm going to make. So let me close with number 21. The most significant thing this morning, there's a whole list that go together. It is very hard to figure out what's 1, 2, and 3 in the top 3, what will be unreported stories today or not given the time, is the World Trade Organization Director Roberto, as President Trump pulls him out, puts him in front of the camera with Steve Mnuchin, Larry Kudlow, I hate to say the other guy, I should have looked it up, the president, and says, you know what, the World Trade Organization, we've been taking advantage of you Americans, and I'm here to say I'm sorry to America, and we're going to fix it. And I'm going to, and then he looks over number 22 at the President of the United States and says, did I get that? Did I get that right, sir? That's right. That's exactly right. Don't forget, a lot of local elections going on that we are getting involved in. Go to fetchyournews.com, go to the different counties and see the announcements and the different stories going up. My last thing in the segment today that I'll go with is Doug Collins, Congressman Doug Collins. I think he runs. I think Congressman Doug Collins runs. I just do. Now, if he doesn't, it's not, how do I say it? It's not like I'm wrong, but I think he runs. I got a gut feeling that Congressman Doug Collins will run. That will mean the 9th District of Georgia, if and when he runs, will be open, and I predict Martha Zoller will run for the 9th District. I'm not for sure that Dr. Paul Brown, former congressman of the 10th or 11th, wherever he was over there, I'm not for sure that he will not try to run again in the 9th if Congressman Collins. But I feel good that Congressman Collins, when he announces, let's say it's on a Monday, Martha will announce on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And we'll go from there. Martha Zoller, she ran once before. She truly wanted to be a member of Congress, so this might be her chance. The Georgia 8th Representative District between Matt Gertler and Stan Gunter is going to be an interesting one, because Gunter's he's not the pushover candidate. I'll leave it like that. Now, I absolutely, what's Mickey's last name? Mickey Cummings of Union. If you know Mickey, he's just a first-class guy. I don't know that he was a politician and was the right guy to run against Gertler. But Gunter, a little more backbone, a little more I'm my own man kind of thing. Nobody's telling me what to do. If you listen to him, we'll have him on for interviews next week once we get all that done. Let's see what else. I don't know what else. I'm trying to remember. Thursday night, tomorrow night, folks, I will be over in Lumpkin County. We will be televising on fyntv.com. You go to fyntv.com. I think at 5:30 we will be live with Lumpkin County, State of the County and State of the City, which is Dahlonega Address. We'll just be broadcasting it live for you guys to watch that. Do you agree with the jungle primary? I call it a primary, but it's really not. Do you agree with, a jungle primary like it's going to happen with Kelly Loeffler and possibly Doug Collins and some Democrats that are already in that race? Do you agree with that? Or maybe we need to change the law in Georgia and make them actual party primaries? What say you? Keep your eye open for all of those things. 9:56, I'm going to get on out of here because I don't want to just run my choppers. Let me leave you with this little girl who they asked. There she is, number 14. There's Greta. Trump in Davos, Switzerland, an impeachment trial, and Greta, 17-year-old. Trump says he's going to plant 1 billion trees. I don't know, whatever. We got the cleanest water, cleanest air. I'm going to plant trees. Shut the hell up. I'm out, folks. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. You have a wonderful, nice, cold day in North Georgia.